As the movie starts, we see a lot of people gathered in one place. Today was a festival day here. A festival called Thanksgiving was being held here. The biggest mart in the city had an offer today where they will give 50% discount on everything. I had no idea that the whole city would gather here. Seeing so many people, the mart was temporarily closed. We also see the owner of the mart who is sitting with his family talking about the large number of people gathered outside the mart today. His daughter was named Jessie. She tells her dad that it will be a lot of fun. So happy that we see Jess's friends come to pick him up. A friend of his named Bobby liked him a lot. Now as soon as Bobby and the rest of his friends sit in the car and leave home, and one of his friends says, "Why don't we also go to the mart? I heard there are a lot of people gathered there. And let us also take something for ourselves." Then they all leave for the mart. When they reach there, they see a large number of people gathered outside the mart. They are wondering how we can get inside. Meanwhile, a member of the staff sees her, now that she is the owner's daughter and his friends are with her, so he asks her to bring her inside. They then walk past all these people into the mart, something that people don't like at all. Because they were standing for a long time and waiting for the mart to open, and all these people went inside within 2 minutes. On the other hand, we see a man who goes to meet his friend at his home. When she meets him, he also brings her a cake, which she is very happy to see. The woman's husband was also there. It also meets this. Now that lady tells him that it is time to eat and go. The husband of this lady, who was a manager of a mart company, gets a call from the company and is called to duty today. This did not sit well with the lady at all, as today was her day off from work. To which he tells his wife that the entire town has gathered outside the mart because of the 50% discount. The mart scene is then shown again, where we see people entering the mart and pushing each other quite brutally. And that lady also goes to the mart with her husband. When she sees such a condition of people, she tries to save people. Because people were falling on the ground and there was no one to save them, others were passing over them. Now the lady also gets a push which makes her fall on the ground, after which an iron grill hits her head which kills her on the spot. Many people lost their lives that day. Then we see that a year has passed. And then it's Thanksgiving Day. Everyone was afraid that what happened last year might not happen this year. But the owner of this mart had sealed it again. Everyone forbade him, but he didn't listen to anyone because he wanted to earn more money. Now we look at the lady who was the most talked about and bagged the most bangles last year. He and another boy with him broke the fire, after which everyone came inside the mart. She is currently working as a manager at a cafe. A policeman comes to his cafe for coffee. His name is Sean, and this is the same policeman we saw at the beginning of the movie. She had a friend with her. We see that there he picks up a mask and asks who does this mask belong to which she tells that it is the mask of our former president. Thanksgiving Day is celebrated in their name. She also tells the lady that his name was June, after which we see a message to Jesse and his friends with his name written on a table. And the name of the sender of that message was also John. It was quite strange that the name of the dead president was also John. Let's see ahead. Now as it is nighttime and this lady has to close the shop. So there comes a man wearing a mask, which she is quite surprised to see. He first throws water on her mouth and sticks her mouth against a refrigerator. And as he goes to get an axe to kill her, as he is about to attack her, she frees herself and runs outside. She hides in a large basket, and as soon as she goes inside, the killer hits her with his car, by which his body becomes 2 parts. Now he hangs half of his body on the mart to strike fear into the hearts of the people. We then see when the police arrive. So she checks all the cameras, but in the camera, the killer was wearing a mask, due to which she does not recognize him, because on this day everyone wears this mask. Now Jessie calls her dad and says that the date shouldn't be sealed on Thanksgiving Day. But they were not ready to listen to him. They say that nothing happens, I will increase the security. Now as all these people go to the police together and they ask for the help of the police, Jeezy says to Shao, "I think that the killer is killing the people who created havoc last year." The policeman tells him that if you feel like this, you can take out the video from your dad's mart camera recording from last year and give it to us. We are trying to save all these people. After that we see the night scene. The killer went to a guard. It was the same guard who ran away in fear after seeing so many people that day. He brutally kills her and separates her head from her body. The killer places her head on the table where he had written the names of all his friends and shared his photos with them. Now all of them were convinced that this killer will kill all of us. But they did not understand at all why this killer was behind them. But he doesn't seem to have any evidence. Now, in order to save the lives of the others, she takes out the video from her dad's camera and gives it to Shun so that he can save the others. Now there was commotion everywhere in the city, but they did not understand anything about whose work it was. Now he uses this video to take photos of people who caused a lot of trouble that day so that he can save them. Now we are also shown this boy. This boy also shook a lot that day. We see that he is a coach. Along with this gym trainer, she also had a friend who was a cheerleader, and as the girl starts digging on the jumping pad, the killer comes and twists the man's neck, killing him on the spot. Now he kills the cheerleader by hitting him with a hammer from under the jumping sheet, after which the college is locked down after witnessing the accident. All the college kids had come out as she was still inside the college. As soon as she was about to come out, the killer attacked her, but she went to a mock-up room and hides. But he finds her. As soon as he starts beating her, she sprays him in the face and runs away outside the college, and the police take her home safely. Now the killer goes to Jess's friend's house where he kills the guard and also kills his father, as if only two would be left alone. She goes upstairs to the room. His friend calls him and he asks if you are fine. Then the killer comes from behind and drives a nail into his ear. His friend screams a lot after seeing his friend's condition on the video call. Then the killer throws his friend on a cutter and kills him. She was cut in half. His friends also came there, but they could not save him, and the killer runs away. Now Jesse's father says that I will end this affair and no one will come to Mall that day because there were too many deaths and his daughter's life was also in danger. Now Sean advises them that we will take part in the Thanksgiving festival and the killer will come and he will try to follow us all and we will catch him. They all agree and go to the festival. The killer went to the festival wearing a clown mask. The killer starts killing people and throws tear gas there, seeing that everyone starts running away. When Jesse and her family sit in their cars, the killer goes there and sprays the anesthetic on their faces, from which they all become unconscious. And when they are conscious, the killer lays Jess's mother on a table and rubs spices all over her body, looking like he's about to fry her. When he sees that Jesse's mother is about to pass out, he goes to another room to get his mask. Meanwhile, Jesse's mom steals herself from there and runs away from there. When the killer looks for her, she is nowhere to be found. He finds her mother and stabs her in the back with a large fog, then puts her alive in a microwave oven. Now he had his entire family tied on a table and made a live video call for the whole world to see. When the police reach there after seeing his location, they realize that he has misplaced his location, meaning that the killer was very smart. Now he puts the food in front of them, nothing but the dead body of Jess's mom, which he has roasted quite badly. All of them start shouting after seeing all this. She asks, "Why did you do this to my mother?" To which the killer says that the idea of giving such a low discount in the sale was your mother's. Now we have come to know that this killer belongs to this cell that day, which means that one of his relatives may have died there on that day. Jessie frees herself and her friend and runs away. The killer goes after them and injures her friend, but Jessie runs away wildly. When she reaches her friend's house, she sees that her friend is removing the mask from his face and realizes that he is the killer. In the meantime, Sean also leaves from behind as she tells him everything. Sean then starts to shoot Bobby when Bobby runs away. Sean comes to Jessie and says, "I couldn't save your mom and one of your friends, everyone else has been saved." When Sean leaves, Jessie sees dirt on his shoes and realizes that Sean did all the murders. Now Sean realizes that Jessie has found out. He jokes that you shouldn't have run off into the woods alone. He closes the door and rushes in to kill her. Jessie tells him, "Why did you kill all of them and why do you want to kill me?" Sean tells her that I used to love a girl, but the cell you guys planted has died in the fight that day. Therefore I will not leave any of you. Jessie tells him that I made your live video and showed the whole world that you are the real killer. Sean gets angry. He proceeds to kill her. Meanwhile, his friend Bobby saves him and they both run away from there. Sean starts chasing them. They go to a children's playland while Sean is looking for them, when Jessie starts gassing in a large balloon, and then shoots the balloon with a bullet, which causes a big explosion there. Both of them save their lives and leave there. Now the police also went there, and this is where the movie ends. If you like our explanation, don't forget to like, subscribe our channel and press the bell icon.